So we're going to go ahead and add an element to this painting, more specifically a well. When you paint an element over an existing painting, you have some texture on the canvas because of the painting you've done already, the underpainting, whatever. So you could just leave it like that and paint over it, or you could pick up a sandpaper and sand it down and get the texture off. So that's how it's done. Doesn't matter if it's oil or acrylic, you could do it. Just do it in a well ventilated area. So I've done some sanding over here already. I'm gonna go ahead and sand some of this area, as you see, and smooth it out so we can get the canvas ready for, you know, this element. As I said, this is optional step. You could just paint over it if you don't mind some texture to show. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some umber and sienna, and I'm gonna paint over this area, over the fence that I had in the painting. I'm gonna get rid of that. Just gonna paint over it. I'm gonna pick up some green. Basically, getting rid of the underpainting. And the reason for this is, you know, the viewer wouldn't get distracted by everything in the background of this well. And it would work better. It would make more sense. I'm gonna get rid of that fence as well. Maybe we put a new fence line over here, maybe some details here, we'll see. Some remodeling. If you're new to the channel, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, the full tutorial of this painting is on the channel. And if you already watched it, you know, I changed it a bit. I put a tree over here and changed it a bit. But the tutorial for this painting is on the channel. I'm gonna put a clickable link at the end of the video, and I'm gonna put it down in the description of this video as well. So if you're interested in watching the actual painting, you could go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the actual rocks for the well, and I'm gonna pick up some orange, and my orange is transparent, and mix it in with some of that sienna. I'm gonna come over here and just drop some of this color over here. You could paint these rocks individually, or you could just drop in different colors here and there and then carve them out. Indicate them individually by painting around them. It's faster this way, it's easier. As you see, my paint is transparent, so the sketch that I put down will show through. And I've already sanded the area, so not much of the background texture will show. Now I'm going to add some white to my orange, and that would make my orange more opaque, as you see. And this is where the light is coming. It's sunset, so I'm going to make this area a little bit lighter. Than this area, for example. We're going to use more orange and umber for this area. I'm going to switch to my liner brush. I'm going to pick up some of that sienna, some white, like a lighter color. And I'm going to go ahead and basically paint around these rocks. And indicate them individually. Later on we can come up and create some texture if we need to. And with the same brush, and basically some sienna, some raw umber. Gonna go ahead and complete this. Man-made structure here. It's a human element. I'm going to bring some black and some umber for this side of the well, make it a bit darker. Give some variation of color for these rocks, and slowly but surely build up. Continuing working on these rocks, mixing with the same colors, creating some variety of shades and tones. And once we paint the grass around it, it will start to make more sense. Right now it looks like it was copy and pasted here. So I'm gonna come up here with some burnt umber. Maybe even a touch of black. And I'm gonna add some white to that burnt umber, make a lighter value of it for the highlighted side. And some black, just a few lines into the wood, you know. Give it some character. Alright, I'm gonna switch to my filbert brush, and we're gonna go ahead paint a few fence posts over here. I don't know what purpose they serve, but just for added interest into the painting. Just like so. And maybe we add one or two to this side, just like that. And some runners. Just using black for now. You don't have to paint them straight. Give them some character. This is old rustic fence post. And I'm just gonna go ahead, tap like that, you know, some vegetation, some underpainting, maybe for some grass and bushes and stuff like that. And continue the underpainting here. And maybe for this side as well. You could use a bristle brush, something like this. Some dark there. And we're going to use some dark green, some lighter green. And we're going to come up here and start the mid-tone, really, with these bushes over here. I'm working with dark green right now. I'm not gonna kill all that dark. I'll keep some. Same idea here. In the meantime, we're gonna apply same idea, maybe a bit of vegetation over here, maybe some over here. Right by this side. Just tapping, really, some dark, some green, some black, with a round brush. Some overgrown bushes maybe next to the wall. Maybe a small tree. And we're just gonna apply some dark in here, and we're gonna paint some grassy area later on. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some light green. And we're gonna start highlighting these things, but before we do that, let's just go ahead and finish the post so it will look natural. So I'm just gonna go highlight some of these posts with some burnt umber. Like so. Very simple. Now if you want to add a bit more highlight, you can add some white to your brown, or burnt umber in this case. And maybe a touch. I don't know if the camera does the justice to this highlight. I don't know if you could see. Maybe I can go a bit lighter, like so. Maybe here. Here we go. And some more highlight. Now with the same brush, the round brush, I'm gonna go ahead pick up some lighter green and basically, highlight some of these bushes. And soften the bottom. Now you could use a different brush for this step, it's up to you. Just leave some dark in between your highlights. Like so. Maybe somewhere around here. Maybe change your green time to time. Keep the dark. Go ahead just like so. Create an impression of some leaves. I don't want to kill all that dark. If I do accidentally, mask all that dark with my highlight, I can go back like so and bring some dark again. Some of my lighter green, some highlights here and there. I'm going to switch to a liner brush. I'm going to pick up some of my lighter green and mix it in. When you use liner brush, really thin down your paint to be able to work with it. And we're going to come down here and just go ahead and paint impression of grass like so. And I'm just going to run my finger at the bottom of it, just like so. And this is the part that you could spend really, some time on it. It's up to you how much details and how much work you want to put into it. I'm going to darken my green a bit. It's too light. Here we go. But that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to use a fan brush. Pick up some of your green and just come right here and just pull up, just like that. You could also do that and create an impression of some grass, just like that. If you're more comfortable with the fan brush, you can use a fan brush. And if you're more comfortable with the liner, you could use a liner. It takes a bit longer with the liner brush, but you are in more of control there. Just like that. Alright, and the last piece of this element, we're going to go ahead, paint the bucket, and the rope attached to it. For that, I'm going to use some raw umber and some sienna. Actually, we can go ahead and use gray instead. Grayish, brownish thing. I'm going to use some black. Some lighter gray for this side, maybe for the highlighted side. And the shadow part, get some darker gray. And for the rope, I'm going to use sienna and white. And we're just going to go ahead and paint the impression of the rope. Maybe some raw sienna. Maybe some texture. Make this side a bit darker. Let it stand out. Just like so. And just like that, you can add an element into the painting. Just to recap, if you have a lot of texture on the canvas, use a sandpaper to sand it down, and that would help to have a more smooth finish. If you don't mind to have the texture, you can just leave it like that and paint over it. And just be mindful of the perspective whenever you add an element to your painting. You know, it has to work with the rest of the elements. Alright, so I hope you know, you found some value in this, you know, video, and I see you hopefully soon with another painting. Take care and have fun.